you find yourself in a loop, seeking intimacy, seeking attention. But the moment someone becomes too close, you experience a sense of anxiety and push them away. I know that pattern pretty well because it's what I used to do, and I could be a real prick to people. You might be on the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe you look outside of yourself for validation. Look to other people to make you feel okay. Maybe you're codependent. You get a sense of worth by making other people feel good or meeting other people's needs. If that's you, you're putting yourself in a very vulnerable situation, and you're likely finding yourself in abusive and toxic relationships. Either way, both of those patterns were formed by the same thing. They were formed by childhood. And when we're children, we're looking to our parents to help us understand the world, help us understand ourselves. We need what are known as good enough parents. Good enough parents provide unconditional love, unconditional acceptance. You're going to know that you'll get your needs met no matter what. Most people don't have good enough parents. Most people grow up experiencing conditional love. They learn that they're not worthy unless they're fulfilling a certain family role. If a child grows up with conditional love, or maybe worse, with a volatile, emotionally abusive caregiver, it creates an unknown no. You need to know that you're growing up in a volatile situation, but you don't want to know that, because to a child, seeing their parents as the problem, as bad, would be life-threatening. So you internalize that. You think there's something wrong with you. You develop the belief that you're faulty in some way. Your mind will have created a baseline that chaos, that dysfunction is how relationships are meant to be. And in your brain, you've got something called the reticular activating system. That sorts information, finds things that are relevant to you based on your previous experiences. And your mind's job is to keep you safe. It does that by going to what's familiar, no matter how dysfunctional or painful that familiar is. So your reticular activating system is going to take on that message, and the people that you meet who are maybe emotionally stable and functional, decent partners, the reticular activating system is going to label them as boring, and you're going to be attracted to people who complement your family system. You're going to be making unconscious contracts, and that's going to lead to repeating the patterns from your childhood. That emotional push-pull, where you pull people in and then push them away, that will have come from learning that a caregiver was unsafe. The situation where you find yourself being codependent, a people pleaser, that will have come from learning that you need to put other people's needs before your own, that you need to keep your parents happy as a way to matter within the family unit, or even to avoid further abuse. And then you'll be repeating that in your adult relationship. You're going to be living in a constant state of emotional dysregulation and dissociation. All dysfunctional relationships, all relationship abuse is a transfer of shame, toxic shame. And because a child doesn't want to see their parents as bad, they internalize dysfunction. It creates that toxic shame, that sense that something's wrong with them. And if you think there's something wrong with you, that's also going to lead to people pleasing. It's going to lead to a fear of abandonment. That's going to lead to you thinking, I need to do everything I can to keep this person happy so they don't dump me. And so to deal with this, you need to become a good enough parent to yourself. You need to give yourself unconditional love, unconditional acceptance. You need to make yourself feel okay. And on Saturday, I have a pop-up workshop. It will be a 3-hour workshop where we're going to go pretty deep on inner child healing. We're going to be using the techniques pioneered by John Bradshaw. We're going to be writing letters to the inner child. We're going to be writing letters from the inner child to the adult self. We're going to have a hypnosis session to connect with and reintegrate the inner child. Doing this kind of work is going to make you feel safe. It's going to allow you to start to recognize and release family roles, to overcome those relationship patterns. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, markstubbles.com/pop, where you will be able to find details of the workshop on Saturday. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting and useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel.